Welcome to At Your Library. I'm your host, Kathleen Clifford. Joining us today is Vanika Jethwa from FoodCorps. Welcome to At Your Library.
Thanks.
So tell us how you got involved with nutrition.
Well, I loved nutrition from a really early age. As a kid, I grew up baking with my mom in the kitchen. And then through high school in England, I grew up in England, so it's mandatory to take home ec classes throughout high school. So I just took nutrition as a class in high school and just grew to love it, really.
And so that love in high school is what made you pursue it to thinking about going into a career?
Yeah, so after high school, I decided that I wanted to do it further, and so I studied at UConn. I did nutrition, so I just graduated in May with my nutrition degree.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
So you specialized in nutrition, and so is there a lot of science classes involved with that?
A lot of science, yeah. More than I expected, but I got through it and it was fun and made it a lot more interesting, I think, to understand how everything works.
So I know you have a love of food, but when you were studying some of the, taking them apart and their makeup and the aspects of them, did anything turn you off eating certain foods?
Not really. I think people were surprised when I said I was nutrition because I'd be sat having pizza, or I'd still go out with friends and have a burger, and they'd be like, "Oh, but aren't you nutrition? Where's your salad?" And it's really not all like that. I think a balance is definitely key. So, yeah.
So what do you love about food?
I love that food is universal. I think that everyone can relate to it. Everyone has to eat food. Everyone needs food. And it kind of brings people together. When you think of gatherings that everyone has, it's always based around food. Like Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, there's always food involved. And I think it's a really cool feeling that food can give you.
And so you're working with FoodCorps now.
Yep.
How did you get involved with them?
Well, near the end of my degree at UConn, I had a community nutrition class, and we had Nathan from FoodCorps. He served in Wyndham. He came in and spoke to us about what FoodCorps does, what their values are, and it just really, really excited me, and it was something that I definitely wanted to get into. So I applied, and I got selected to serve in Groton, so here I am.
Now, not everybody knows what FoodCorps is, myself included, so can you give us some great details about what they do, where they are?
Yep. So FoodCorps is a national nonprofit. We serve all over the country, all over America. In Connecticut, we have 20 service sites. We have Wyndham, we have Groton, New London, Bridgeport, that's just to name a few of them. And we're a team of AmeriCorps leaders, and we connect kids to healthy foods in schools. We work with high needs students, and we make sure that students learn what healthy food is, they fall in love with it, and they eat it every single day.
Nice. Now, you go into schools.
Yep.
That's, I assume, how you reach the kids.
Mm-hmm.
What grades? All grades?
I'm mainly based in the elementary schools, so I'm serving in Groton. So
Okay.
My service site is all of Groton Public Schools, and I work with the food service director, so I'm based in Fitch High School.
Okay.
But I have two focus schools, which are Colchester and Charles Barnum Elementary School.
Okay,
so
excellent.
As my focus schools, I spend most of my time there doing taste tests, teaching lessons. We are starting up 2 brand new school gardens in those schools, which is going to be awesome. Yeah, when those get started. But besides that, I do go to other schools as well in the district, such as NEA. I've been to Westside, done some taste tests there, and also in the high school, I've done some taste tests. So a little bit of everything, but mainly the elementary school kids.
Now, how do you feel like the kids respond to you? Are they willing to try new foods? Are they willing to learn about preparing them so they can do it at home?
Yeah, much to my surprise, actually. My first month here, we did a kale chip taste test with kale chips, and I have kids today still asking me when I'm going to bring in more kale chips.
Now, did you make them yourselves?
I made them all myself, yep. So we've done kale chips, we've done roasted squash, we had beets just this past week. Yeah, the kids are really, really into it. They love trying new things. We gotta get stickers if they try it. There's a lot of peer kind of involvement, hey, try it, I tried it too. So it's a good laugh, it's good fun.
I think it's wonderful because I have children, and I know my 10-year-old will say, I do not eat vegetables, but then if you talk to her through her day, because she always eats school lunch, and she'll say, oh yeah, we had this today, we have that today, and I'll say, well, you know, that was vegetable or that was fruit, and you know, so if you can get them to try it, then you're half the battle's won right there.
Exactly. It's the education component as well, I think. You know, they'll learn about the food in one of our lessons, and they'll get to try it, and then eventually once the garden starts, they'll be able to grow it.
Absolutely.
So,
and that right there is just such a hands-on feeling for them.
Right.
So are you here long-term? Is FoodCorps something that you just sign up for time period?
Yeah, so FoodCorps, you can serve for up to 2 years. So I'm in my first year of service. I'm not sure if I'm doing a second year yet, but if I don't do my second year, then there'll be another person from FoodCorps who'll come in and replace me. So,
and they have been in the schools for a long time?
This is Groton's very first year with FoodCorps, so I'm the very first FoodCorps member, which has been a really interesting experience. But across Connecticut, there have been, I think we're in the 5th year now of FoodCorps, so.
That is fantastic. Well, will you stay around a little bit? We're going to take a break and come back about what you're doing here at the Groton Public Library.
Yep.
Excellent. Here with us today is Vanika Jethwa from FoodCorps, and we're going to take a short break, and then she's going to come back and tell us some of the programs she's doing with our kids here at the Groton Public Library. Thank you.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
Welcome back to At Your Library. We're talking today with Vanika Jethwa from FoodCorps. Thank you for staying around during the break.
No problem.
Let's talk about what you're doing here at the Groton Public Library. So I know you're doing some programs with our teenagers.
Yep.
What brought you here to the library?
So I worked in the library with the summer meals program last year. Me and a local dietitian ran some educational programs, and they went really, really well. So I had the idea of doing an after-school cooking club here at the library with the teens. So once a month we follow a My Plate kind of guided curriculum, and we cook new foods, we learn a bit about nutrition, and then later on the same month I run the same program with the little kids. So, and then I'll have a teen volunteer from the first group come help me out, just to kind of gain more experience. They can get some volunteer hours.
And has it started here already?
It has started, yep. We had our first session, I think it was early January, so a couple of weeks ago. I had my teen session, so we made rainbow fruit kebabs. So we talked about different types of fruit, why it's important to eat a balanced diet and different colors of fruit. And then we had some hands-on kind of chopping up fruit, learning about best ways to peel a kiwi, for example, or how to chop a pineapple up and then put them on skewers and made them look all cool. So We had some kids try foods that they'd never had before. A little boy was trying some kiwi. He didn't really know what it was, but he loved it, so that was really cool to see, and it's great to know that you're kind of making an impact and you're getting kids to try new things, even though it's not in the school, but in the library I think is a great way to connect the community. Excellent.
And the well, and the teens going in with the younger kids, that's kind of a cool thing, because here at the library we do keep, you know, they all have their separate spaces, so I think it's kind of a big deal when the teens come out and help, and they seem to be such a good group. Did you get a nice turnout?
Yeah, a lot of teens have volunteered to do it. I think it'll be really exciting, and they can kind of take ownership of the fact that they've made this before, they know how to do it. I'm definitely trying to let them run the kid session more, just because that way I think it's important for them to kind of gain experience teaching younger kids, explaining things. Yeah, if they can explain something to someone else, then you know that they must know it and they understand it. So,
is this going to be an ongoing program?
Yep, it's running for the next 5 months, and then hopefully into the summer, and then continuing next year if they love it enough. So.
And can anybody join at any time, or do they have to have already signed up?
Nope, anyone can join at any time. There are sign-ups on the library website. I think it's filling up pretty quickly, so if they don't want to do it, sign up quickly.
Excellent. And so what are you hoping that the kids are going to learn from this program?
Well, I'm hoping that they're going to understand food better. I think a lot of kids just think food is just food to eat, make me feel full, but I think there's a lot more you can get from food, not just nutrients, but how food can make you feel. Eating a healthy, balanced diet will definitely make you feel a lot better, a lot happier, give you more energy. I also think kids trying new things is really important. A lot of kids will just look at a food and instantly dismiss it and say, oh, it's green, I'm not trying that. But as we saw with the kiwi last week, that's really not the case. Kiwis are really sweet, they're really juicy. I love kiwis, they're my favorite fruit, as you can probably tell. So yeah, and then again, with teaching the younger kids just a sense of ownership and helping out others and keeping with the community spirit that this library has that's really strong. I think that's really important.
Excellent. Now, you mentioned that you were going to be here in the library for the next 5 months, and then you're going to be here working through the summer. You'll be obviously representing FoodCorps. Will you be working with our summer nutrition program, or how will you fit into the summer?
Right, so the summer I have a lot of things going on in the summer. So starting off with the summer meals program in Groton, which is extremely popular. We basically offer free meals to kids 18 and under at various sites throughout Groton, the library being one of them. So any kid, as long as they're 18 or under, can come and grab a breakfast or a lunch from us at no cost. It's a really awesome program. So I'll be helping out with that. I'll be doing probably some smoothie events here at the library, some more nutrition events. We did some taste tests last year, so we'll probably try out some hummus taste tests. Maybe some different vegetables will come into play. And then we're planning on starting a school garden at Colchester, as I mentioned earlier. And one of my big goals is to get the library and Colchester to partner up together for the garden. So during the school year, Colchester will kind of take ownership of the garden. And then once the summer hits, the library will kind of take it over, and we'll have garden programs running with the library. So we can take groups of kids out to the Colchester garden, teach them how to garden food, how to grow it. They'll harvest some food, hopefully, and then we'll come back here and we can cook it, make meals, eventually have some family meals going. I'd love to get kids and teens to bring their parents in with them. We can do meals all together as a family, meals they can take home. Again, I think food is a great way to share. As I said earlier, all big gatherings are usually based around food, so I think having families cook together and then share it with the community is a really, really awesome thing to do.
I think that's absolutely fantastic. And, you know, in today's day and age, when it's very hard to have the sit-down family dinner, it's nice, even if it's a once-a-month special event, to know that you, as a child, can look forward to, my mom is going to come and see what I've done and taste it, and my dad's going to see that I grew this.
Exactly.
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for being with us today.
You're welcome.
And
thank you for having me.
I love this show because I learn something new every month, so it's so great, and we'll look forward to seeing you around the library.
Yeah, definitely.
Great. If you have any more questions about our program, please feel free to call the library or go onto our website. As always, this has been At Your Library. Thank you for checking in.